Very good evening to everyone. We are going to start our today's talk. So I kindly request each and every one of you to recite Namo Tassa 3 times to observe 5 precepts. Namo Tassa. Buddhang saranang gacchami. Dhammang saranang gacchami. Sanghang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Saranagamanaṃ sampunnaṃ. Pānātipātā vīramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi. Adinnādāna vīramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi. Kāmesu miccācārā vīramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi. Musāvādā vīramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi. Surāmeraya majjapamādatthāna vīramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi. Tisaranena saddhim pañcasīlaṃ dhammaṃ sādhukaṃ surakkitaṃ kattvā appamādena sampādetabbhaṃ. Samantha cakkavālesu atrā gaccantu devata saddhammang munirājassa sunantu sagga mokkadaṃ dhamma savana kālo ayaṃ badantā dhamma savana kālo ayaṃ badantā dhamma savana kālo ayaṃ badantā. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammā sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammā sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammā sambuddhassa. Kinsūdha vitthaṃ purisassa setthaṃ saddhīda vitthaṃ purisassa settanti. Very good evening to everyone. I warmly welcome you all to our monthly Dhamma talk in English. And I have been conducting this series of Dhamma talk for couple of months and years now. And I am very delighted doing that kind of wholesome activities for the benefit of all the children, especially in our Sunday school, and also the children who are with us through all over the world. And today, as usual, I have selected one of the most important and meaningful and useful topics in Buddhism, which is known as confidence and saddha. So today's talk going to be about confidence in daily life and also in spiritual life. I will be talking to you the importance of practicing faith and also confidence in our daily life and also in religious life. So you are very fortunate among all your friends and among all your members of your family, because you have come to this temple and you have find some time to listen to the teachings of the Buddha. Not everyone may get the chance to listen to the teachings of the Buddha, and Dhamma is precious, so everyone may not get the chance to listen to the teachings of the Buddha. So you are very lucky, and you have to thank to yourself and your parents and also well-wishers for giving you opportunity to come here and spend time on listening to the teachings of the Buddha. So one day, just before now, I recited one of the Pali formulas which Buddha has uttered one of his occasions. One day, Lord Buddha visited the city called Alaunuwara, the city called Alaunuwara or Alau. So in that city, Buddha met a person. His name is Alavaka, one of the demon. He met the Buddha met this demon. Actually, before the Buddha went to that place, early in the morning, the Buddha had the usual hobby, usual practice to see the world. Through his compassionated eye, he could see if there are anyone who can help or who can get benefit from the Buddha. So that was one of the routine of the day, to look at the world, look at the people in the world that he can help to overcome from the suffering. So early in the morning, Lord Buddha looked at the world through his compassionated eye, and then he was able to see a Alavaka demon. So the Buddha wanted to go there and help him to understand the teachings of the Buddha and realize the teachings of the Buddha. So kindly, without any hesitation, the Buddha went there, and Buddha started preaching and answering to the questions that Alavaka demon asked from the Buddha. Actually, Alavaka demon had 13 questions, and those questions came from his ancestors, from previous generation to generation. So up to that moment, he was not able to get those questions cleared by someone. So fortunately, Buddha went there, and Buddha, actually, demon wanted to defeat the Buddha at that time, giving the Buddha punishment, asking the Buddha to come in and go out. Few times, Buddha did as Alavaka requested Buddha to do because of his compassionated kindness, right? And then, third time, also the Buddha did the same thing. When the Alavaka requested the Buddha to come in and step back from his house, the Buddha did the same thing. But fourth time, the Alavaka demon requested the Buddha again, but the Buddha did not move at all. Why? Because if the Buddha had moved, so the demon's Alavaka's head might have been dropped his head from his body. His head might have been dropped from his body, because Buddha is the worthiest person in this world. So he was not supposed to respect anyone. So we must respect the Buddha. So Buddha did not do the fourth time, and then the Alavaka requested, okay, well, if you don't listen to if you don't listen to my ideas or my opinion, my command, here is the deal. I will tell you some of the questions, but if you can answer to those questions, you are free. And I set you free to go. I will set you free. So Buddha agreed that. Actually, Buddha understood the capacity of that demon, the mind of the demon, and Buddha was able to answer. He was delighted. The Buddha was delighted to answer to those questions. So one question was that, Kinsu the vittam purisassa settam. The demon asked from the Buddha, And the Buddha explained, Saddhida Chittang with Saddhida Vittam Purisasa Settam. Buddha said that the Alavaka asked, what is the greatest wealth when someone can have in one's life? The demon asked, what is the greatest wealth I can have in my life? So demon asked that question from the Buddha. And the Buddha said that Saddhida Vittang Purisasa Settam. Buddha said that kindly he replied, well, the greatest wealth I tell is that confidence, saddha. The Buddha said that saddha is the greatest wealth which someone can have in your life. The layperson, whether you are a layperson or ordained person, it is very appropriate for you to have confidence in your life. So Buddha said that the greatest wealth one can have in your life, in their life, is confidence. Confidence in your daily life, and also confidence in monastic life or spiritual life. In both lives, confidence is really important. So I am going to teach you, I am going to explain to you why confidence is important in daily life, and also why confidence is very important in Buddhism. So, because the Buddha said that it's the greatest wealth, right? You may think that your BMW cars, Mercedes-Benz, your iPhone, your money, you may think that those are the most important wealth in your family, greatest things in your family, in your life. But that is not. Those are not your everlasting important things in your life. Those are only usable item in your personal life. So those things may not be with you when you depart from this world. But there is one greatest wealth that may come with you just like your shadow whenever you go, whenever you depart from this world. That is confidence. So the importance of having confidence is really important in both lives, here and hereafter. That's the importance of having confidence in Buddhism, right? So if you have confidence, definitely you will be successful in your day life and also in your next life according to Buddhism. Your next life will be fortunate one and successful one and a happy one in your next life. So that's why the importance of having that great wealth in your life, right? So I am going to teach you all those things in my talk today. As usual, questions are generated and created in my talk. A few questions are there. So it will be easy for you to understand. Those questions may help you to be with me, right? To be with me. Sometimes if I do not have questions in my talk, maybe I may not talk based on the path, right? Sometimes I may jump here and there. So I purposely decided to put some questions. So maybe those questions may come to your mind as well. So if you have those questions in your mind, so those questions will be answered in my talk, okay? So first questions I have for you. What is saddha, confidence in or faith? That is the first question. And the second one, why confidence is important in our daily life, right? And what are the problems of lack of confidence and overconfidence, right? We have to understand that. And how to develop your confidence in your daily life. And why confidence is important in Buddhism, and what are the two types of confidence in Buddhism. And that is the sixth question. And the seventh one, what are the objects of confidence in Buddhism? What do we have? What are the objects that we had to have in terms of having confidence? There must be some objects, right, to have to generate confidence in. And the question number 8, how to develop confidence in Buddhism. And the last one, what are the benefits of having rational faith in Buddhism? So those are the questions I am going to answer to you in my talk. So let's go to the first one then. What is the first one? What is faith according to your understanding? According to your general sense, according to the general sense, what do you mean by confidence? Confidence means trust in something or someone, right? We must have that one in our life. We must have some confidence in our day-to-day activities. Without confidence, it is very difficult for us to survive or live in this world. So therefore, it is very important to know the importance of the confidence. Confidence means feeling sure about yourself and your abilities and skills, right? So you have to be very sure about your skills and your abilities, right? So if you do not sure about your skills and abilities, maybe then you may not be able to produce your studies or whatever things productively, right? Because you have not understand, you have not realized your skills and abilities. So competence means understanding and realizing your abilities and skills. And also confidence is not just, it is not arrogance, right? Sometimes people may think that if I have very self-confidence, so some people think that it's just like arrogant. It is not actually. Self-confidence is just like the realistic and secure feeling that you have, right? It is not arrogant at all. And also, confidence is not about feeling superior or inferior. It is that it is just quiet knowledge that you are capable of doing something and some activities. It's just like you are capable of performing and doing some activities. That's called confidence. So, whatever things we do in our daily life, in terms of having relationship, in terms of studying, in terms of giving talk, in terms of social interactions and family life. For all these situations, you must have confidence. Without having confidence in any situation in our life, it is not really possible for us to make use of our life productively, right? So what happens if you do not have confidence in any relationship? If we talk about your mother and father, if they do not have confidence between each other, so if they are not confident enough, so that living may not be a successful one, right? Therefore, it is very important for us to have confidence in our life, right? In your studies, same. If you do not have confidence in your studies, so it may not be easy for you to carry your studies further in the future. So the first important factor in our life is having good confidence in whatever activities and whatever things you do in your life. And confidence plays a big role in our family, in our life, especially if I give you some examples for you to understand clearly and precisely. When you eat something and you have confidence about the food, right? If you don't have right confidence about the food that you eat, so you may not want to eat that. When you eat that, you think that if I eat this food, oh, this food is healthy. If I eat this food, it may help me to overcome from my hunger. And if I eat this food, it may help to get nutrition, right? So having thought those ideas, you have some forms of confidence about the food that you eat. Therefore, whatever activities we do in our life, confidence plays a big role in terms of those activities. And also, whenever you live in a house, so you have a confidence this house is a comfortable house and this house is safe to live in. So if I live in this house, I get all kind of safety. So you have confidence living in that house, right? And also when you associate a friend, you must have good confidence about your friends, confidence in your friends. If you do not have confidence in your friends, so you may not want to associate with them, right? So you must have very good confidence, thinking that whenever I have some problems, so my friend may come and help me. So when I have some difficult times in my life, so my friend may come and help me. So you must have that kind of confidence in terms of associating friends. And also, when you select a university or a school or college, so you have some kind of confidence again, faith and trust. So these places, those places will be useful places and beneficial places for me to study or carry my study further in the future. So without having confidence, I definitely tell you that you won't apply or you won't go to that school, you won't select that university or whatever things, because you do not have confidence. So therefore it is very important to have confidence in our life, right? And also, when you go to see the doctor, so if you have some sicknesses, so we go to see the doctor. So you may have some confidence and faith and trust in the doctor. So you think that doctor is well qualified person to be a doctor, and you may think that, oh, if I get medicine from this doctor, I can get cured, all right? And my sickness may overcome if I take this medicine. So to have such kind of ideas, to have such kind of understanding, you must have confidence and trust, and you must believe in that person. And without that, I'm very sure that it is not possible for us to proceed to any kind of activities in our daily life. So it is clear that it's all about confidence in our life, right? So this is the general sense. So how confidence plays a big important role in our daily life. And in terms of talking Buddhism, actually the confidence is one of the most important requirements in Buddhism for you to carry out your path of liberation, right? So that is one of the preliminary requirement for someone to have when they practice Buddhism, right? Without having faith, it is not possible for someone to carry their spiritual path for the liberation, right? So the Buddha said that it is one of the most important requirement and thing that we must have in terms of practicing Buddhism in our daily life, right? So we all must have that one, actually. That's Buddha said that. He gave a very good example in one of his teaching. I just want to tell you about that. And before that, I want to tell you that confidence in Pali language, what is the term for confidence in Pali language? Can anyone tell me? Yeah, saddha, right? Saddha is the Pali term for confidence. Saddha is very important mental factor in Buddhism. So that one we must have, definitely must have in our life, right? The Buddha has given a very good example for us to understand how important this saddha is, confidence is in Buddhism. He said, "O monk, just as a goldsmith tests gold by rubbing, burning, cutting before buying it, so you too, you should examine my words before accepting them, before believing them, not just because of respect to me." So when we want to learn the teachings of the Buddha, first we must do some investigation and reasoning, right? The Buddha, he did not encourage his disciples to just believe his teaching. He just asked his devotees to come and see, not come and believe, right? Some other religions, they said, come and believe my teachings, but Buddha never said, come and believe, but he said, ehipassiko, come and see, right? If you think that those teachings are beneficial for your life, then please practice them, right? That is not a command, right? So therefore, it is your responsibility and it is your safety for you to investigate and to do some reasoning before you accept or believe Buddhism, right? And now I want to give you some examples how this confidence impact our life, right? I want to tell you some important results. Confidence plays a big role in our daily life, and I will tell you why. There are 11 examples I have narrated here, I have put here. Confidence can make you healthier, right? Why? Because when you have confidence, you may not have negative emotions in your life. Sometimes if you have lack of confidence, so you may have anxious, you may have worry, you will be worried, and you will get some unsatisfactions and optimism in your life, right? Because you have lack of confidence in your life. So if you have good confidence, if you have well confidence, so you may not have negative feelings or emotions in your life, right? So you may have happiness and satisfactions. So those happiness and satisfaction may create a positive energy in you, right? So then you can have a healthier life. Because if you have anger, or if you have fear, or if you have a depression or anxiety, so those feelings, those emotions may create unhealthy lifestyle in your life. So therefore, having a well confidence in your life make your life healthy, right? Healthy life, because if you have well confidence, you have good emotions in your life, positive emotion, not negative emotions. So that's the first result or benefit that you get. And confidence can keep you safe, actually. The Buddha say, not Buddha, the general sense, the scholars, they said, confident people are less likely to do the things that they don't want to do. They don't take risk, right? They don't do any dangerous and risky activities because they don't really want to do that, because they don't have, they know that they are like dangerous and risky activities, so they stay away from that, right? Confidence, unless if you have very good confidence to do that, you can do that. But if you are not sure to do some activities, so then it is better to avoid those activities if you do not have some kind of confidence, right, in those activities. So that's why it's said that confidence keeps you safe, right? So it means that you must have good confidence in all your activities and all your behaviors if you want to proceed. And confidence helps with decision making. So you can make a good decisions actually if you have very good confidence in your daily life, right? You don't have to worry, if I take this decision, what result going to be, how it going to be, what kind of affections I may get, what kind of problems I may get. So you do not have to think about all those negative sides of the things, but if you have confidence confidence when you make any decision in your life. And also another example, if I can give you, confidence improves your relationships, actually, right? If you want to build some relationship in the future, best things to have is confidence, right? Confidence make your relationship stronger and better and fruitful one. So it is very important to have confidence in terms of having relationship. And also the confidence improves, confidence make you a better communicator, right? If you want to give a talk in any kind of assembly or any kind of meeting or any kind of place, so if you just want to give some speech to someone or some people, so if you have well confidence, so you can present that talk without any worry or anxious mind, right? So it is very important for us to have confidence in terms of giving talks to someone. Just like if I do not have confidence over my talk or about this topic, so I won't be able to present that talk to you in an interactive way, right? Therefore, it is very important to have a confidence when we present or when we give a speech to someone in any assembly. And also it says that confidence earns your respect. You can get respect from the society and from the people and from your teachers if you have well confidence about your studies and about, from your performance, right? If you can perform very well, so you can get respect from monks, from teachers at your school, right? It's very important that these scholars, they have presented these examples for us to understand how this confidence plays a big role in our daily life. And also confidence can help to manage anxious feeling. Sometimes you know that we all become anxious sometime when we want to give talk to someone. Sometimes if the audience is, if we have big audience, so if we want to give a talk or a speech to a big audience, so if you do not have confidence over that talk or topic, so you may feel anxious to yourself, right? You will be anxious. So when you have well confidence, so you can actually handle that in any situation, right? So you can manage your anxious feeling when you have confidence. And also confidence motivates you, right? The confidence may never ask you to give up the things. The confidence always help you to take any challenges in your life. If you have confidence, it may help you to go further and further without stopping. It does not let you to stop the things, and it encourage confidence encourages you to carry on the task until the completion of the task, right? Therefore, the confidence really motivates you to go on the right path until you get the final result of that, right? And also, confidence makes you a better leader, right? So sometimes we can find the leaders who are not very good sometimes, right? Because they do not have confidence to how to rule the country and how to rule the community if they do not have confidence. So it says that to control, to manage, to run the country or people or community, it is good to have some confidence in people and in some responsibilities that person has to take for the sake of the people. So those benefits that mentioned in that research actually. And also for the students, confidence is very important for the students. So sometimes you may feel some challenges, sometimes you encounter some challenges in your daily life in terms of taking examinations in your life, in terms of giving talks or whatever things in your day in your life. So as a student, you may experience those kind of problems and challenges in your life. So if you have some trust and confidence in your studies, in your day-to-day school activities, so you can be a better student and a better performer in your daily life, right? So that's why these scholars, they have presented these examples for us to make our life better, having a good confidence in our daily life. So confidence, as same as in Buddhism, it is very important in daily life. So if you do not have confidence in your daily life, so you may not be a successful person in your daily activities as well. It is same in Buddhism also. If you are not a competent person, so you may not be a successful person in your daily life. I will explain to you why. Again, in one of the place, it's mentioned that what happens if we have overconfidence in your daily life? Can anyone tell me what happens if you have overconfidence? What will happen to you? right? Yeah? Selfish, yeah. You might be a selfish person if you have overconfidence, right? Sometimes some people they say that you are a big-headed person, right? Some people complain to you saying that you are a big-headed person. And sometimes they think that we are very arrogant, right? Sometimes they tell that we are rude. Why? Because if you have overconfident in whatever activities you engage in, that is also not good. Overconfidence and lack of confidence are both hindrances for us to successful our life. So they should not be in too much and too less. So it must be in a middle way, right? It's middle. We must have. We should not have less confidence and we should not have overconfidence. In the middle way, we must have confidence in the middle way. If you have that kind of overconfidence, we may experience some problems in our life, and also we may miss opportunities in our life if we have less confidence, right? Because sometimes if you do not have good confidence, sometimes if you have less confidence, you don't want to proceed to some kind of opportunities that you get in your life, because you don't have enough confidence over that activities. That's why it is good to have not overconfidence, but not less confident, right? Not to be overconfident person and not to be less confident person, right? You have to be in the middle way, as the Buddha explained to us always, right? How to develop our confidence in our daily life? Do you know how to develop your confidence in your daily life? What do you have to do if you want to develop your confidence in your daily life? If you want to develop confidence in your daily life, you have to look at yourself, look at what you have achieved at this moment, right? You have to look at yourself, what you have achieved in this level. If you have realized that you have achieved these things in my life, so you can have good confidence to carry on further, right? That's the first step. And second, thinking things that you are good at. You have to think that what areas I am good at, what things I am good at, right? Having understood I am good at this area, I am good at that things, I am good at singing or making other kind of things in our life. So having understood your skills and your performance, you can develop your confidence, right? And you can work on those things that you are good at to get successful in your life and to have confidence. And also you have to set up some goals in your life. If you can set up some goals in your life, you can build and you can have confidence in your life. And also get a hobby. You can have some hobbies, right, in your life, reading books or giving speeches to people, helping people. So having some kind of hobbies in your life, those hobbies may help you to have right confidence in our life. So these are all about confidence in our daily life, how confidence plays a big role in our daily life. So those examples and those methods and techniques are useful for us to make our daily life a successful one, right? If you want to make your daily life successful, you must have that kind of confidence, right? I gave you the examples. In all the activities, we must have confidence if we want to make all those activities successful one in our daily life. Let's come to the Buddhism. What is the important areas of Buddhism in terms of talking faith, right? Saddha. So faith, confidence is one of the most important requirements for Buddhists, right? So if you do not have confidence, will you be able to come to the temple to listen to this talk? No, you won't be able to. You are not coming to temple, or you are not performing any kind of wholesome activities in your daily life if you do not have confidence. So the Buddha said that confidence is one of the basic requirements for people, for Buddhist people to come into the path of Buddhism, right? So if you want to go on the path of Buddhism, the first requirement that you have to have is faith. Faith in the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, right? If you have good confidence, trust in the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, then you can go a very long journey of Buddhism, right? You can experience great result of Buddhism. One of the places in the Buddhism, Buddha said that he has compared this faith, this trust to a seed, right? Saddha bija. He has compared this mental factor to a seed. If you plant a seed of apple, so if you put water and if you put fertilizer, so later on you can get fruits of apples, right? In the same way, if you have faith and confidence in Buddhism and having that as a requirement, as a basic fundamental requirement in your Buddhist way of life, so you can perform all kind of activities in your life. So if you can have that kind of faith, then you tend to do wholesome activities in your daily life. You tend to protect the precepts, and you tend to practice the meditation, and also you tend to practice teachings of the Buddha further and further if you have confidence in Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. So without having this as a basic requirement, it is very difficult for someone to carry his spiritual life further and further. I want to give you very good examples of some people, how they became Buddhist and how they contributed to the Buddhism, having understood or having gone as a Buddhist person, having understood the teachings of the Buddha. Have you heard about the story of King Asaka? What happened to him? King Asaka, right? Earlier he was a brutal killer, right? But one day he saw a monk, a novice monk, Negro the Samanera, a novice monk. Having seen him, what happened to Asaka? King Asaka, he was delighted seeing that monk, right? And he was so curious who the monk was, because his walking, his serenity, and his pleasant look extremely made him change his life. And then he came to know, he wanted to know the teacher of that young monk, novice monk. And then he invited monk to come to his palace, and the monk preached some Dhamma to the king. What happened then? Then the king Asaka became one of the religious benefactors of Buddhism, right? He was a well-known benefactor of Buddhism later on. He brought the Buddhism to many parts of the world, especially in Sri Lanka and other parts of the world. What is the starting point of his change? The starting point of his life to become a Buddhist is that looking at the monk, seeing the monk, right? And also, you know that before I became a monk, when I was a child at my school, so I had the teacher who was a maths teacher, and he was a monk actually. And at that time, I didn't have any ideas of becoming monk, and I did not know how the monk life was. So that monk usually used to come to our class every day, and having seen that monk, having talked to that monk, immediately and slowly the idea of becoming a monk arose in my mind, and idea of becoming a monk, idea of entering into Buddhist monastic life arose in my mind. So then I started to learn Buddhism. I started to go into temple. I started to associate that monk closely, and I get used to all those Buddhist practices. The reason for me to becoming a monk is that having met that monk and having associated that monk. So in your life, the starting point should be having confidence in your life. If you want to become a Buddhist person, if you want to become a well practitioner of Buddhism, the best requirement that you must have is confidence in triple gems. Right? Not only that, have you heard about the story of Venerable Sariputta before becoming Venerable Sariputta? Right? Who was the monk he met? He met Asaji, Venerable Asaji, right? He saw him, and having seen and having heard the teachings that taught by Venerable Asaji, he wanted to find out the teacher of Venerable Asaji, and he went to the his monastery and met the Buddha. And having met the Buddha, and he became a monk, right? Having become a monk, he started practicing his celibacy life, and finally he became one of the foremost disciples of the Buddha, right? So all the changes occurred due to the appearance of the noble disciples of the Buddha, right? So if you do not have confidence in the Dhamma, in monks, in the Buddha, of course you won't be able to taste the real teachings of the Buddha. Therefore, it is very, very important for us to have confidence in Buddhism. And also, if we do not have faith in the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, I am pretty sure that you may not go to temple, you may not go to see monks, you may not perform any wholesome activities in your daily life, and you may not engage in any kind of wholesome activities in your daily life if you do not have confidence, right? Confidence in the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. So now you have some kind of confidence in you. That's why you come to Sunday school, that's why you go to temple, that's why you come to listen to the teachings of the Buddha, and that's why sometimes you engage in practicing some kind of teachings of the Buddha, right? It's all because of this confidence in our daily life. Confidence in Buddhism and Buddha, and also his disciples of the Buddha. So that's why it is very important, crucial factor in Buddhism, this faith, this saddha or confidence in Buddhism. In terms of believing and trusting Buddhism, the Buddha has advised us how we should believe, how should we build our confidence in Buddhism. He has given a very good advice as well. One of his discourses called Kalama Sutta, one day he visited Kalama villages of Kalama village, and he went there and he advised villagers how you should believe the things. And the Buddha said that, Kalamas, please do not just believe because mere say. Someone come and tell you, my religion is the best religion, your religion is the worst religion. So if someone come and tell you those things, please do not believe in them, do not have confidence in them. And then he said that if someone come and say, oh, this tradition comes from previous ancestors, so it comes from many, many traditions back, right? So because of that tradition, don't believe them, right? It's because of thinking that it comes from traditions to tradition, don't believe them. And if those things are recorded in books, like some kind of books, please do not believe them, right? In that way, the Buddha has given lots of classification and advice how Kalamas should build their confidence in terms of accepting some kind of teaching. And at the end of the sutta, Buddha said that, Kalamas, for yourself, when you know yourself, these things are more immoral, and these things are blameworthy, and these things are censored by wise. And if you undertake these things, those things may bring unhappiness, worry, and sorrow in your life, then please do not accept them and do not have confidence in those teachings. Why? Because you know that those things may bring harm to your life, and those things may rejected by wise people, right? And also the Buddha said that if you want to believe something, make sure those teachings, when you know yourself, these teachings are good, and these teachings are venerated and practiced by many, and those teachings may bring you good result, and they are respected and accepted by wise people, and then please accept them and they practice them, right? So likewise, if you understand the teachings of the Buddha, we all know that those teachings always bring us happiness and very successful result to our life in this world and the next world. So in that way we can believe in and we can have some confidence in Buddha's teaching, right? Because those teachings may never bring some bad result to our life. Those teachings teachings always brings good result and happiness into our life, right? That's why it is very important to have right confidence and good confidence in our life in Buddhism and teachings of the Buddha, and also the Buddha and also the disciples of the monk. But when you have some confidence, as I explained to you earlier, of course you must have some reasoning and investigation before you accept, or before you believe, or before you have some confidence in the teachings of the Buddha, as this Kalama Sutta also explained in that way, right? There are two types of faith confidence in Buddhism actually, Amolika Saddha and Akaravati Saddha. The Amolika Saddha is like rootless one, irrational faith. It's like a blind faith, right? Blind faith. And this, the second one is confidence with reason and experience, Akaravati Saddha. So which one do you think is accepted in Buddhism? Akaravati Saddha or Amolika Saddha? Which one? Irrational faith or rational faith? Which one do you think is accepted by Buddhism? Yeah, what? Rational faith. Yeah, Amolika Saddha is not accepted in Buddhism because Amolika Saddha is may change time to time, right? It may not be with you forever without changing. Just like Amolika Saddha is just like a tree which has not a top root. What happens if the tree has not got a top root? What will happen? It may collapse, right? It may collapse due to various reasons, right? If heavy wind, if there is heavy wind, it may collapse, right? And due to some other reason, it may collapse. Why? Because it does not have a top root, right? So most of the time, having had the top root, so it may help to keep that things stable always. Just like if you when you build a house, if you do not have a good foundation when you build a house, so the house may collapse one day. So likewise, if you just have a Amolika Saddha, blind faith or irrational faith in the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, so that kind of faith is not accepted and venerated in Buddhism. Why? Because having had that kind of faith, you may not practice the teachings of the Buddha, because you do not have proper understanding and proper confidence in the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, right? I want to tell you a very good story. You know that, have you heard about the venerable Vakkali? Vakkali, there was a teacher, there was a monk during the times of the Buddha, and this monk, his name was Vakkali. The Vakkali, he became a monk actually just because he wanted to see the Buddha always. He wanted to see the appearance of the Buddha, he wanted to look at the Buddha always, right? He just wanted to spend time looking at the Buddha without practicing meditation or without practicing any kind of religious activities or celibacy life. So he just went there and just he was staring at the Buddha all the time without doing anything, right? He just wanted to look at the Buddha's appearance, noble appearance. And then one day, the Buddha came and asked, Vakkali, what are you doing? What is the purpose of looking at my body? Right? This body, similar to your body, it may decay sometime and it may change. This appearance may not be with us always, so it's subject to change. And what are you looking at this decayed body, right? So he asked Vakkali, Venerable Vakkali. And then Buddha said that if you really want to see me, see my teaching. Your Dhammam passati, so mam passati. Those who see me, and then that person may see the Dhamma. Who sees the Dhamma, he see me, right? What does that mean? You have to see the Dhamma, you have to realize the Dhamma, and then you can really see the Buddha. Now, if you see the teachings of the Buddha, actually you can imagine how the Buddha was, right? Now Buddha is not physically with us. He is not physically with us anymore. But we all have his statues at the moment. But if you know his teaching, and if we have realized his teaching, we know how the Buddha was, right? We can have that kind of confidence. And also there's one person, another monk also, Dhammarama. There was a monk named Dhammarama. Having told to the people, especially to the monks and the lay disciples of the Buddha, the passing away of the Buddha, right? Within 3 months, Buddha declared that he was going to enter into Parinibbana. So having heard that, many monks and deities and people come and respect to the Buddha as their final respect, right? Before passing away the Buddha. This Dhammarama, the monk, he did not go and respect the Buddha. He did not go and see the Buddha. And the Buddha was informed about this incident. And then the Buddha requested the Venerable Dhammarama to come and give the reason why he did not come and see the Buddha. Then the Venerable Dhammarama said to the Buddha, well, the Buddha, as my final respect to you, I just spend my time just practicing teachings of the Buddha until I become an enlightened person before you passed away. Before passing away of the Buddha, I spend my time to become an enlightened person. So he just went somewhere and he just practiced harder and harder to become an enlightened person before the passing away of the Buddha. So the Buddha praised him, praised his activity. And the Buddha said that if somebody wants to respect me, follow the Dhammarama, right? If you respect me, then that is how you make use of my teachings. So in that way, children, if we want to have confidence, if we want to get the real benefit of the teachings of the Buddha, we must have confidence, right? Sometimes if we have amulika saddha, sometimes you may change your confidence due to some various reasons, right? Sometimes some people have confidence just because of some severe activities of some monks, right? Thinking that, oh, this monk, practices of these monks are very good, so this monk is a forest monk, so he is coming from the forest, so he practiced celibacy life, and he living in alms, practicing alms. And so having seen those things, some people may have confidence. But that is not the right confidence. Because why? Because sometimes the practice of that person may change. The monks may change his practices, right? So what happens if that monk disrobes? Then you may change your confidence, right? Then that is not the real confidence in Buddhism. That's called amulika saddha. The saddha which has not the baseless saddha, pointless saddha, pointless confidence. That is not the right confidence in Buddhism. And if I tell you more examples, before the Buddha becoming the Buddha, while he was practicing his celibacy life, like in Buddha when he practiced as an ascetic, so he practiced some severe austerities, right? Some like giving severe pain to his body without eating. So at that time, the Bodhisattva Gautama, he had 5 friends, Paswaga Mahanun, 5 ascetic friends. So those friends were with the ascetic Siddhartha always. Why? Because they were overwhelmed by the practice, severe practice of the Bodhisattva. But the Bodhisattva later on, he realized those practices are not right practices for me to get enlightenment. So he wanted to give up all those practices, severe practices, right? Giving severe austerity to his body without eating. He spent some time. So he wanted to stop all those severe austerities in his life. So after the Bodhisattva gave up all those severe austerities, then the 5 ascetics, they were not happy with Bodhisattva. Why? Because he gave up all those severe austerities or activities. So he thought that, oh, the Bodhisattva is not the genuine practitioner, so we should not be his followers, so we should give him up. So they left him away, and they went away. But what I want to tell is that if you just have some confidence looking at the activities and severe activities or some austerities of some monks, that is not the right confidence, right? That confidence may change due to some reason. So if you want to have unchangeable or unshakable faith in the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, first you have to realize the teachings of the Buddha, and you have to understand the real teachings of the Buddha. And then those confidence may help you to have a long life in your life. A long life means a long beneficial spiritual life in your life. So you can get lots of spiritual benefits in your life if you have that kind of unshakable faith, akaravati, saddha, or confidence in the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. So someone may have some questions. So how do we have confidence? What are the objects that we must have in order to develop confidence? Can anyone tell me what are the objects of confidence in Buddhism? What are the objects that we can create our confidence in? Yeah, objects. We must have some objects to have some kind of things, right? So if we want to have some confidence in our life, what are the objects? Yeah? Yeah. Confidence objects means the qualities of the Buddha, right? There are 9 qualities of the Buddha. How many qualities? There are 9 qualities of the Buddha. So the qualities of the Buddha are the objects of confidence, right? So the Buddha said that saddhati tathagatassa bodhi. The Buddha said that in one of his places. The confidence means having faith and having confidence in triple gems, right? Triple treasures or triple jewels, Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. That is called saddhati tathagatassa bodhi. Having very good confidence in the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. So in terms of talking about the qualities of the Buddha, there are 9 qualities of the Buddha. We must develop confidence in those 9 qualities, right? So we always recite Itipiso Bhagava Arahant Samma Sambuddho. But do you know the meaning of those 9 qualities of the Buddha? Without knowing the qualities, the meaning of the qualities of the Buddha, even you recite 1,000 times, you may not get the right confidence because you do not know the meaning of those qualities. You do not know who the Buddha really is, right? If you do not understand and if you do not know who the Buddha really is, you can't have confidence, unshakable faith or confidence in Buddhism, right? That's why first we must know who the Buddha is, right? We must understand real nature and qualities of the Buddha. I just want to tell you why we have confidence in the Buddha and what are the qualities that we must have as objects to develop or generate our confidence. I just want to tell you why the Buddha is called Arahant. Why Buddha is called Arahant? Have you known that? Have you known that? Do you know that? why Buddha is called Arahant? Do you want to know? Let's get ideas why Buddha is called Arahant. Having eradicated all mental defilements and defeated the cycle of birth and death, most worthy of receiving offering from human and celestial beings. So that is why Buddha is called Arahant. So now you know that why Buddha is called Arahant, right? Buddha is called Arahant because he is free from all the mental defilements, eradicated what he has to eradicate it. And he got his enlightenment, and he is worthy of offering all the things from humans and celestial beings. So therefore he is called venerated. He is called Arahant. And the Samma Sambuddha, why Buddha is called Samma Sambuddha? Do you know why? Why Buddha is called Samma Sambuddha? Yeah, it is because attained perfect enlightenment by himself without no teachers. He got his enlightenment, he attained into his enlightenment without any help from any teachers. So he is called Samma Sambuddha. So now when you recite Itipiso Bhagava, this stanza, please make sure that you understand the meaning of all qualities of the Buddha. Then you can have confidence. Why Buddha is called Vijjacharana Sampanno? Buddha is called Vijjacharana Sampanno because he is endowed with supreme knowledge and perfect conduct. Therefore he is called Samma Sambuddho. And now Vijjacharana Sampanno. And why Buddha is called Sugato? Buddha is called Sugato because he went on the correct path, middle path, right? Middle path. What is the middle path? Right understanding, right view, right livelihood, and so on, right? So therefore Buddha is called Sugato. And Buddha is called Lokavidu. Why Buddha is called Lokavidu? He had perfect knowledge of all existing worlds, right? He knew and he had a good understanding of all the world system in this world. So therefore he is called Lokavidu. And the Buddha is called Anuttaro Purusha Dhammasarati. Why Buddha is called Anuttaro Purusha Dhammasarati? The train of being tamed through wisdom and compassion. And he was able to tame the people who are untamed with his compassion and kindness. Therefore Buddha is called Anuttaro Purusha Dhammasarati, right? One of example, if I give you Angulimala, right? And Sattha Deva Manussana. Why Buddha is called Sattha Deva Manussana? The teacher and leader of human and celestial beings. So he is the greatest teacher in both human and non-human, especially celestial beings. Therefore he is called Sattha Deva Manussana. And why Buddha is called Buddho? Having attained enlightenment with no teacher, taught others to attain Nibbana. So he got his enlightenment without help of any teachers, and having realized it, he taught to the people for their happiness. So therefore he is called Buddho. And Buddha is called Bhagava. Why Buddha is called Bhagava? Buddha is called Bhagava, the blessed one, the noble one, venerated by human and celestial beings. Therefore Buddha is called Bhagava. So when you recite the Itipiso Bhagava, you must understand this meaning of these 9 qualities. In that way there are other qualities of the Dhamma, and 6 qualities of the Dhamma and 9 qualities of the Sangha. So this is not time to go through all of them, but when you recite, please always remember to know the meaning of those recitations, those qualities. If you have good understanding, if you know the meaning of those qualities, then you can develop and generate confidence, right? Unshakable faith in you. So therefore it is very important to have unshakable, unchangeable faith in the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, right? And also the teachings of the Buddha Dhamma also you must have know the meaning of the qualities of the Dhamma if you want to develop your unshakable faith, right? So all the other things in your life may bring unhappiness and unsatisfaction in your life, but if you practice the teachings of the Buddha, those teachings may always bring happiness to your life and success to your life in your daily life and your next life, right? So, and also you must have some confidence in karma and its result, their result, actions and their result, right? So karma, if you do good deeds, you may experience good result. If you do bad deeds, you may experience bad results. So in that way, you must have some understanding, you must have some confidence in cause and effects of the karma, actions in your life, right? So in that way, you can have a confidence in Buddhism and also Dhamma, Buddha, and also Sangha, and also the karma, right? So these are the things that we must know when you practice as a Buddhist practitioner. So now let's see what kind of results we get when we practice faith, when we have confidence in our life, what kind of benefits, what kind of results that we can experience and that we can get, right? So there are 5 results are mentioned in the Saddha Sutta. The Sutta discourses mentioned in one of the teachings of the Buddha, Saddha, is called confidence, discourses on confidence. In this Sutta, the Buddha said that 5 results we can experience and we can get in our life if we have unshakable faith in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, and karma and their result. What is the first one? When good people in the world show compassion to you, they will first show the compassion to the people with faith, right? So you may get compassion in your life for the first place, at the first place in your life, from the people who are compassionated if you are faithful person. Understand? Yeah, that's the first one, right? When the good people in the world show their compassion to the people, and they will show it to the people who are who have confidence in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, right? That's the first result. And also, when visiting, they will first visit the people with faith, right? If you are in confidence in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, if you are a competent person, and you will be visited by them. When you accepting gifts, they will first accept gifts from those with faith, right? If you are a faithful person, you will accept the gifts in your life. This is not what I said, the Buddha said, okay? And when teaching the Dhamma, they will first teach Dhamma those with faith, right? You will be taught by the monks if you are a faithful person in your life. And after then, most importantly, you will be reborn in heavenly world. Definitely you will be reborn in heavenly world if you can generate and if you can have confidence in Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, right? So these are the results that we can experience in our life if we have unshakable faith in our life. So these are all about confidence in Buddhism. So I hope this Dhamma talk will be useful for you to develop your confidence in Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. So may your confidence be a fruitful one, may your confidence be an unshakable one, may your confidence be a useful one and productive one for your spiritual journey. And having had this confidence in your life, may you experience happiness and success all the time in your life. And I wish you all the best, and thank you very much for coming today and listening to this talk. I know that it's quite difficult talk and quite complicated topic for you to understand, some of you, because it's a saddha. It is a very deep concept in Buddhism, saddha. But I try my best to teach you according to your understanding. I hope this Dhamma talk may have benefited for you to understand about the confidence, and I may think that you may develop your confidence in the Buddha, the enlightened one, and his teaching, and the noble disciples of the Buddha. I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.